Hello and welcome to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche, and we are broadcasting this week from Tiger Honda once again in Gonzales off of Airline Highway. Come check this place out. Great selection of cars, great prices, friendly staff, and we have a very successful week in Ascension Parish football as we get the sweep from East Ascension by beating St. Charles Catholic. Dutchtown with the win over Rain, and Santa Ma with the victory over Lutcher. And we'll talk to all three coaches, and we'll also have Pete's Picks coming up. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Summer is officially over, but the deals are still hot at Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Right now, buy any new Honda in stock and don't make your first payment for 90 days with approved credit. Or buy a new 2019 four-door Honda Civic LX Automatic with zero down. Then pay just $279 a month. $279 a month. That's the Tiger Honda of Gonzales way to save you money. You make the drive, we'll make the deal. You can count on it. Visit TigerHonda.com and start saving.
Bergeron's Boudin Cajun Meats is open for lunch Monday through Friday with a variety of specials. For tailgating, booster club trays, homecoming, and party trays, see Bergeron's Boudin Cajun Meats on Cabela's Parkway. Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. The Player of the Week Award is proudly sponsored by Black Bayou Body Shop at 13308 Bourgeois Road in Gonzales. For all of your body needs, see Gerald Bourgeois for a free estimate. Call 647-6994. Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years. On the web at broco.com. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
I'm sorry about that. I guess Pancake likes you.
A pancake? What's a pancake?
This pancake is a kitten, a baby cat.
Like tigers? I read about tigers.
Get a copy of this lovely Louisiana comic for just $15 at 7inchcare.com/comic.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. I'm Jeff Porsche, and we're here at Tiger Honda this week. And we're going to start our broadcast off with Santa Ma. Coach David Oliver, glad to have you here.
Appreciate it.
And I know you're enjoying this week. The game against Lutcher, it was expected to be a close one. It was for a while, but then you came through and with a strong second half, won the game 39-15.
Yeah, it was a great team victory. It was. We had a slight lead going into halftime, and then they came out and we had a horse collar play. They threw a screen out there and we couldn't quite get to it and tackle them from behind. And then they went so that was the first play. They got a few yards penalty, and then they went 4 plays and 80 yards and took the lead on us right there. And then how we responded from that point was, we went 80 yards on a drive and scored. And at one point, we scored touchdowns on 3 consecutive offensive plays. And I was really, really fired up about how our defense and special teams played. Special teams, we were great on kickoff coverage, all phases, and then especially in the field goal game, we ended up getting 3 field goals from Cole Poirier. 2 deep 30s and 1 from 42 yards that were, big to continue to, we got down the red zone and couldn't finish, but we weren't sure what we'd have in the kicking game, and he's really come strong as a punter. He also had 3 punts for over a 40-yard average, so, we really controlled that field position, and then Lee Amadei chips in on the kickoffs also, because we have a two kicker system in that. And then defensively, I just thought that it's hard. Those guys have been improving every game, and I just thought Reese Nelson, he'd been injured. He had a stress fracture in his leg and missed the scrimmage, the jamboree in the first 4 games, and he came, and the difference that he made in our pass rush, I thought had a huge impact on how we played defense. The guy was running for his life back there, and I thought it created a bunch of big plays. So the offense chipped in like they normally do. Reggie Sims had 3 touchdowns, but great team win for the Gators.
Yeah, and your team responded to that adversity where Lutcher takes the lead on you in the third quarter, and you talked about the 3 touchdowns that really completely changed the momentum of the game. And you talk about the offense did a great job, but it's really a team effort when all that comes together in such a short time span.
Yeah, and it was really very good complementary football. That we went and scored, and then the defense held them down, and then pinned them back in their own end, and then we got the ball on the plus side, and deep in their territory. So after we scored from 80 yards out to take the lead, and we got a nice 2-point conversion to Austin Bascom. Then the defense pushed them back. They forced a fumble. There was a bad snap, and after they punt the ball, we take the ball on the 30, hand it off to Reggie Sims. He breaks a tackle, scores, and then the same thing happened. We kick it off, pin them deep. They mishandled the ball. We tackled them at the 4, which was great for our kickoff unit. We held them down deep. They got off a punt. We got it at the 48-yard line. In the first play, we throw a little pop pass to Austin Bascom, and he puts it in there. So, from then on, it was a nice. So the defense was doing a great job of keeping them pinned back. The special teams was doing what they needed to do to advance the football, and then the offense came in and finished the job. So that's what we call complementary football, and it was. We took advantage of some opportunities, which is it's nice because you try to see your team grow. And I sat in this chair 3 weeks ago and said, man, we had 4 or 5 chances at Denham Springs in the second half of a game that we could have won, and you can make a case we should have won, but we didn't win when it counted because we didn't convert those opportunities because we just weren't quite there on offense, defense, or special teams. So I see some growth, and the Letcher team, that was a good win for us. That's a good, talented team.
Yeah, and you win that game, and it's close in the third quarter, and we've talked about this. You had a couple of close games. You had the game week 1 against Carver where it was back and forth, but you couldn't pull it out. Then you had the game against Denham Springs, and kind of the same thing happened. You had a lead, then they came back and won the game. Did that experience of going through adversity help out at all this week? Because you were able to overcome that adversity for the first time.
Yeah, and I think I do. I think it had a huge impact. There was nothing. We've very inexperienced team, and now we're getting to where we're playing a lot of juniors, and our quarterbacks are juniors, the secondary is a lot of juniors, the linebackers are young guys. We got outside linebackers are all juniors, so so we're playing a lot of young guys that are just transitioning from the Wednesday nights of JV ball to the Friday night lights, and I definitely think that's an impact. We had a lead. We had a lead in the fourth quarter in every game this year. We just didn't close out 2 games when we had a chance. And so now we had a lead again this time, and we had learned how to come back and then take advantage of our opportunities. And I just say it like this. There's nothing that is more valuable than experience, and just having done it, know that it's possible, seeing that it can happen. I see it in children all the time. I saw it in my own sons. My younger son, seemed like he caught on to things way quicker because he had another older kid around the house showing him that it's possible, where my first son was kind of more tentative and so forth. So it's kind of like that. Now that they know it's possible, that they can go through and trust their talent and go play ball.
Some of the other players that you've already talked about them, but Austin Bascom, for example, he had the touchdown catch, the 2-point conversion, and of course you have Aguilar, and you have some really good receivers. But it looked like this week Bascom really took a step.
Yeah, he really, he had 5 catches for 115 yards and the touchdown, and I thought that Javen Aguilar had a great game. He controlled his emotions, and kind of a chippy game, and he ended up catching 8 passes for over 90 yards, and really in critical times, I think our quarterbacks looked to him, and he kept the sticks moving. Reggie Sims had 24 carries for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns, so he continues to excel and grow into that spot as our tailback. And it's you're proud of watching those guys. And then still going a 2-quarterback system, but, Cole Poirier really played well, just from all aspects. I told you he chipped in with the 3 field goals. He had 3 touchbacks, which, was impressive to watch him kick the ball out of the end zone, which obviously helps field position. And then he also quarterbacked us and did a nice job there, So it was good. The line on offense is playing good. And defensively, I thought that, we really pressured the quarterback well and tackled well. They got some athletes out on the edge, and a bunch of guys played well. And you win like that and you pull away from a team, it takes a little bit of everybody.
Right, and I didn't get to cover the game this week, but the previous week we watched your game, and Poirier, he looked a lot better than he did from week 1. Week 1, it looked like Zephyr was a little bit ahead. He got the scoring drives, but it looks pretty much dead even. Maybe Poirier, has caught up with Zephyr.
We intended to play both, and they both bring something to the table, and as long as they continue to both play well, we'll play them both. And if we get in a situation where one's really playing well in a game, we'll go with the hot hand, and but they'll continue to rotate. They both bring something to the the field, and Cole right now is doing a lot on special teams, which is a huge thing, and so you want to try to keep him fresh to where. He's not on the field every play. We got something going on, but we're going to play that out and see how it goes. It's we're moving towards district. Hopefully the lessons that we learned in non-district and the competition. I felt like we've played some good people. I felt like we've been in some hostile environments. I feel like the things that we need to find out about ourselves going into district. I think we're starting to get answered, and I think that this is the kind of team that. I think even people watching it can kind of notice it. We're getting better each week. And because we're growing in, we're figuring out what the kids can do. The kids are getting better at what we're asking them to do, and it's getting more cohesive, and we're getting better. So we're looking to take that into McKinley and continue to keep this hot streak going. And
the defense, real fast. They've improved. They giving up a couple of touchdowns, but they're holding opponents to 15 or less the last few weeks. So who are some names that are really stepping up there? Well, like I said, Reese Nelson came in, gave us a huge spark. Jameer Baptiste at nose is really starting to come around. McCade Fontenot's playing well. We're playing 3 guys on a rotational basis at the inside linebackers. Samuel McCorkle, Trey Weiss, and Jax Melanson. Jax, a young sophomore who's starting to make some plays, and then the outside 2 guys in the front 7 are both juniors, or junior or sophomore. Tyler Lejeune had a bunch of big plays, and then Lee Amadei stepped in at the other side, and then the 2 young kids at safety. We got a junior and a sophomore there, I think, with Shaquan Long and Evan Bourgeois. They're doing a good job, and then we're anchored down by our 2 senior corners, which is Cam Henry and Jordan Bennett. So there's a lot of guys playing well in that situation, and it's a group that's starting to grow, and we're getting healthy, which is a big thing. Right, and your team's got some momentum, and they're improving, and you can see that in their performances every week. And now you got a chance to get some real momentum because you're getting into district play, and you start out with McKinley, and then you draw Woodlawn, and those are 2 teams that are really struggling. I think they're combined 2-8 on the season so far. You got a chance to get up to potentially 5-2 before you start getting to the tougher part of your schedule. How do you keep your team from getting complacent when you're playing a team that you know you probably should beat? Well, we just talked about playing, to our level, not playing to their level, whatever that situation may be. And then we're focused on constant daily improvement. And, when we leave the field every day, we want to feel like we left as a better football team than we did the year before. And so hopefully they'll handle it the right kind of way. We're going to have to go out and play and, do the things that we've been doing to be successful. I was really fired up that the defense really forced a couple turnovers because we'd been struggling in that area, and then we've continued to do a great job with protecting the football. We didn't have a turnover. I think we had one late against Sophie B. Wright, but we've only turned the ball over 3 times for the season. So when you're protecting the ball and turning it over, I'm looking to see if maybe we can carry that trend on. It's starting to get some interceptions, force some fumbles, which we did a good job of the other night, and that'll really help boost us up going forward. Yeah, well, we definitely getting better, and we wish you luck in the first couple of games of the season coming up as district play gets in. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you. 35 are 39-15 final score this week, Santa Maria versus Lutcher. We'll be back in a moment, but first, a look at the players of the week.
We're here at Santa Maria High School to present our Player of the Week Award. And our corporate sponsor for the Players of the Week is Galvez Seafood. Our plaque sponsor is DeLone's Supermarket. And with us today, we have Nick Liotta. Close, huh?
Yes, sir. Liotta.
All right. Well, tell us about what happened in the game and why you think you were chosen Player of the Week.
We went out there and we dominated them on offense, and me personally, I think I knew my schemes and I worked technically sound the whole game.
You feel like you're getting better with every game?
Yes, sir.
And now our defensive Player of the Week for Santa Maria is Santa Maria Muffler, and our plaque sponsor is Tiger Honda. And Sam McCorkle wins the award this week. Tell us about how the game went for you.
Well, we settled into the game plan early. We were able to get big first down, third down stops, and we basically held them to a minimum, and we executed throughout the game very well.
Got a big game this week, too. Well, congratulations, guys, on being chosen Player of the Week.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste a great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Bruyette's Automotive Paint and Body are collision repair specialists. Their certified trained technicians offer state-of-the-art repair. They offer free estimates and all insurance claims are welcome. Bruyette's Automotive Paint and Body. Church Funeral Services offers a compassionate, affordable funeral with the funeral held in your own home or house of worship. We're here in your time of need. Church Funeral Services, Santa Maria, Walker, and Baton Rouge.
First American Bank is now open in Dutchtown on Highway 73, just 1/2 mile south from I-10. Customer friendly with the personal service Dutchtown expects. Let First American Bank take you where you want to go. And now, open in Dutchtown.
Robert, Chris, and Lindsay Fauché of the Fauché Law Firm wish all area teams good luck in their quest for a state championship. Remember the Fauché Law Firm for all of your legal questions and need. The Fauché Law Firm in LaPlace. L. Ray Cokie Service Incorporated is headquarters in Ascension Parish for quality building materials, lumber, and ready-mix concrete. Good luck, Ascension Catholic Bulldogs and Donaldsonville Tigers from L. Ray Cokie Service. Papa John supports local athletics. Remember, their pizza is the best because they have better ingredients. That makes their pizza better. That's Papa John's in Gonzales, 644-7272. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
I'm sorry about that. I guess Pancake likes you.
A pancake? What's a pancake?
This Pancake is a kitten. A baby cat.
Like tigers? I've read about tigers.
Get a copy of this lovely Louisiana comic for just $15 at 7inchcare.com/comic.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. Jeff Porsche here at Tiger Honda this week, our third visit to Tiger Honda. Great place, new facilities, lots of cars. Come check them out. And we're going to check out Dutchtown football now with Coach Guy Mistretta. And 5-0 going into district play. It's been a long time since we talked about 5-0 at Dutchtown.
Yeah, we're excited to be there. Talked to the team all week about it, chance to get to that point. But, come Saturday morning, you know, everybody's 0-0 now. So it's a
Yeah.
totally new season. That's kind of the way we break it up, pre-district, district, and the playoffs. So we're into the second season now.
Yeah, and I mean it's good to be 5-0, but you know these are the ones that matter now. And you know you've played 5 games, you've looked really good, you've had a lot of big wins. How did this schedule and this record kind of set you up for where you want to be for the district?
Yeah, you know, scheduling is a weird science. You know, it's everybody's trying to figure it out. The way it worked out for us this year, we really anticipated a tougher schedule. A couple teams on it weren't quite as good as anticipated.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from our guys, I think we're a good team as well, and we're playing really well right now. But we know now that we're in a district, the tougher competition's ahead of us.
Yeah, and this week you played against Rain out in Frog Country, and you got the big 35-12 win. You know, what are some things that went right that you liked this week?
Not a lot early. Rain's a good football team. They were 3-1 going into the game, and they really did a good job coaching-wise of shortening the game. They did everything they could to keep our offense off the field, slowed the play clock down, really had methodical drives against our defense, kept them out there. And so they really did an outstanding job, both coaching and playing. So it was very frustrating for us early on. Had a lightning delay just before half, and it gave our kids a chance to regroup and refocus. And I thought we came out after that and really played well.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure you're used to going through those delays coaching in South Louisiana. I remember one time we didn't start a game till like 9:30 once with the lightning delays. What do you tell your team, especially, I believe the score was 7-0 at that point. What did you tell your team that they should do during that time?
Well, we're inside for about 45 minutes. The biggest thing is get off your feet and relax. We tried not to hit them with too much right off the bat, just kind of settle down. And the kids, you know, it takes some senior leadership at that point to really keep everybody kind of focused, but at the same time relaxed. So we wait until we get word on how much time we've got left before we really start getting back into football mode, because you don't want them in there getting them jacked up. You know, what turned out to be 45, 50-minute wait.
And you know, you came out and you got extended on your lead. They did score a little bit late, made it a little interesting, but then you pulled away at the end again. And the thing that I like about the team and watching you guys play and hearing about what's going on is, you know, you score every kind of way. You're kind of a complete team. Your defense is playing outstanding. Your offense is improving every week, and then you get pick sixes and stuff like that. We talk about Logan Scott every week. You did it again.
Yeah, Logan's turned out to be a heck of a player for us. In punt return game, this is the second week in a row he's returned a punt for a touchdown. It's also the second week in a row he's returned an interception for a touchdown, although last week against Vandy it was called back by penalty. But he's pretty dynamic with the ball in his hand, which is why we give him the ball a little bit as a quarterback. He played a little bit for us in that position the other night as well. So he's, you know, he makes things happen really quick. Which is great when you start talking about momentum.
Yeah, your team can score, you know, just immediately. That's what we've seen a lot of with the long runs from Samson. You get the pick sixes, you get the blocks, you get the kick returns. You know, that's a way to you know, where it doesn't look like you're doing anything and then boom, you're on the board. You know, how do you feel about like those big plays? Would you rather have more consistent ball control, or, you know, are you okay with those types of easy scores?
Yeah, absolutely. You take what you can get. You know? Now, we would love to have those long methodical drives and where the offense is just showing dominance. But if you're going to score quick, you score quick.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
The one issue when you score on special teams, on punt returns or on interception or fumble recovery, that defense goes right back on the field. And that puts a burden on them. Our defense really played a ton of snaps the other night. Again, Rain did a great job of keeping the ball away from our offense. They recovered an onside kick. They went for it on fourth down several times. So we were we were pretty gassed on that side of the ball. Had to play a lot of guys, which is good.
Right.
Will help us later down the line.
Yeah, and your defense has just had an outstanding non-district schedule. This was score-wise their weakest performance, and you talked about they were gassed. And when you can talk about your weakest performance and you give up 12 points, and you got 2 shutouts in there as well, you got to be proud of that.
We are. We're playing really well on that side. We have our issues that we're fighting and we're trying to get better at, but overall we've got guys that are buying into the team concept on that side of the ball, and it's so critical on defense.
Yeah, and your offense, they're getting better, and we talked about Braden Fritchie, and he's a work in progress, getting better every week, and he had a really good week this week.
Yeah, his best game by far. Had a great touchdown pass to Dejon Watkins on a RPO, but he also scored twice rushing the ball, which is a first for him. It's not something that's that much designed into the offense for him, but it is there, and he's starting to pick up on those reads better and better as the season goes, which you expect.
Yeah.
So we feel like he's hitting his peak at this point.
Okay, and now you're 5-0, and now people are starting to pay attention to Dutchtown again, and they are one of 2 undefeated teams. The other team's Catholic, and now you're in the same sentence as Catholic. Are you ready for some tougher expectations whenever teams look at you and say, hey, they're 5-0, they're 6-0, 6-1, whatever?
Well, again, I said it earlier, and it may sound like coach speak, but it's the truth. In our world, everything's 0-0 at this point. It's a new season. We've got Woodlawn this week. There's 6 teams in the district. 3 ball games Friday night.
Right.
3 teams are going to be 3-0, 3 are going to be 0-1.
Right.
Or 1-0 and 0-1. So that's kind of our focus point, and that's all we're worrying about right now.
Yeah, and you start out with Woodlawn, and Woodlawn, they have their new coach Randall coming in, and he's trying to get a program put together, but he's still in the beginning stages. And last week they got beat pretty soundly by Donaldsonville, and Donaldsonville is a good team, but they're not really the team you would expect to just beat them badly. But what are you looking for this week when you play them?
What's happened with Woodlawn? He's done a great job. Kind of redoing the roster. He's got a bunch of young kids. His freshman quarterback is going to be a player in the future. He's really making some good plays now, and he looks like he's becoming more consistent. So they have some really good young players. They're only going to get better and better.
Yeah.
So we're have to go on the road again this week. So we're going to prepare for the best we can. Again, this is the first game of district. You're looking. We're all looking to win championships.
Yeah.
Well, every game matters just as much as the next.
Well, I believe in the history with Woodlawn and Dutchtown since every time that they've been a 5A team. I don't think Dutchtown's lost a game to Woodlawn, and I'm sure the kids know that and things like that. What do you tell your kids to keep them from getting overconfident and kind of sleepwalking through this game?
Well, I just heard that stat for the first time. Thank you. Okay. So again, we don't really talk about those type of things. What's happened in the past has no effect on this week. What happened last week, once you fix those mistakes, has no effect this week. We take it 1 week at a time, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, and I guess I can predict the answer to that, because in 2 weeks you got the big game against East Ascension, and a lot of people are looking forward to that, saying that's going to be a huge game, and the winner of that game is going to be in really good shape. Are you even thinking about that game yet?
You can't. If you want to improve every week, that's just not the way to go about it. You focus 1 week at a time. We're all about routine.
Yeah.
From Saturday morning until Friday night, everything's the same week in and week out.
Okay.
The opponent changes. The scheme changes a little bit throughout the week. But what we do daily, the things we talk about, the things we preach, it's all the same. Routine is what's going to get our guys performing at their best.
All right. Well, we wish you luck next week, 5-0. Definitely a great start to the season. Coach Mistretta, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, and Dutchtown with the 35-12 win over Rayne this week. And we'll be back in just a moment with the Players of the Week.
We're here today at Dutchtown High School to present our Player of the Week award. And our corporate sponsor for the Offensive Player of the Week is Galvez Seafood Company. And our plaque sponsor is Harvest Supermarket. Well, this week, Dylan Sampson receives the award. Tell us a little bit about what kind of game you had. It was a good one.
It was. I had a touchdown and 166 yards. The offensive line really just put me in the best position. Coach put me in the best position to execute. I just followed through.
Was that your best game of the season?
No, sir. No, sir.
Always room for improvement, huh?
Yes, sir. Always room. Always room.
All right. And now we go to our Defensive Player of the Week at Dutchtown. Our corporate sponsor for the Defensive Player of the Week is Galvez Seafood, and our plaque sponsor is Bayou Fit Nutrition. Jordan Jackson receives the award this week, and he had a good game as well.
Well, I had an interception, 3 tackles, and 2 pass breakups, and I just want to thank my other DBs. They coached me up, and I just try to stay over top and make plays for my team and get us off the field, really.
Nothing works like teamwork, right?
Yes, sir. Teamwork's the best. There's no I in team. Even though I got this award, it's all about us as a team.
All right, congratulations to both of you on being our Player of the Week for Dutchtown.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you've got it made.
You know Acadian Custom Cabinets is your one-stop source for all of your cabinet needs. Now Acadian Custom Millworks offers cabinets, doors, windows, as well as shutters. Call 622-6337. Hebert's Cajun Meats in Walker specializes in hand-cut, hand-mixed, and hand-served foods. They offer hot, fresh, and frozen Cajun meats. Friday night is steak night. To get ready for the game, and find them at Hebert'sCajunMeats.com. Hebert Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Hebert Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose: auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services. Meds are important. Get that special fill when you arrive at Prairieville Pharmacy. You'll enjoy personal service with that special touch. It just makes you feel welcome and well taken care of every time you visit Prairieville Pharmacy. All you need to know about printing is Burke Print on Highway 44 in Gonzales. They do business and commercial printing, as well as graphic art and layout. Call Dean Burke today at 225-644-3676.
I'm sorry about that. I guess Pancake likes you.
A pancake? What's a pancake?
This pancake is a kitten, a baby cat.
Like tigers? I read about tigers.
Get a copy of this lovely Louisiana comic for just $15 at 7inchcare.com/comic.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. Jeff Porsche with you at Tiger Honda on Airline in Gonzales. And this time we're joined by Coach Darnell Lee at East Ascension once again. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Good.
All right. I know you're good after a win, and you went down to Laplace, took on St. Charles Catholic, and it wasn't your typical EA game this season where you're not scoring 30, 40 points a game, but you're also not giving up a bunch of points either. This time it was another nail biter, but this time it's 14-6.
Yeah, but it is typical for EA and St. Charles. The last 3 games we played have been 23 points scored total between the two of us. 21-2 last year, 21-2 the year before, and here we are 14-6, so it's a 20-point game. But tough defense. You got a great defensive coordinator over there, Jason Brown, and of course Frank Monica, anytime he coaches a team, they'll be ready to play.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Jason Brown from his days at Dutchtown. So yeah, I know he's a good coach. And you talk about Frank Monica, and you told us this last week, and we knew this from his history. He's ball control, not flashy on offense, playing strong in the trenches on offense and defense, and that's kind of what we got on Friday night.
That's exactly what we got. He shortened the game, and we had some early mistakes. First play of the game, we practiced all week. A reverse to Steve McBride, and we told the wide receiver Neville Chopin, make sure you keep your hands inside because you're gonna have to sustain this block for a while. And he did that, but the officials saw something different, and you brought back a 70-yard touchdown on the first play of the game, which I felt like we needed to do that to get on top of them early and establish the momentum. But that and a couple of holding calls and face masks kind of kept us behind the chains.
Yeah, did that kind of deflate you a little bit? I mean, your team didn't score in the opening quarter. I mean, were they kind of deflated by that penalty and that touchdown being called back?
When you're starting, you're going with Hobart Grayson, who's a first-time starter for us. And something like that happens, it's a big-time momentum swing.
Yeah.
And we needed that, and we didn't get it. But I don't think we were deflated. I think it hit the reset button on our momentum.
Right, and you talked about Hobart Grayson coming in and starting. What went into that kind of decision? Why did he get to start this week?
Well, Cam Jones has his knee. He hurt his knee against Houghton, and he's been battling a low ankle sprain. He's been playing with it since Zachary. And last week in practice, we made sure that Hobart took the majority of the reps to make sure he'd be ready. And it wasn't a matter of underestimating St. Charles. It's just we knew if Cam took too many licks on that, we may lose him for quite a while.
Yeah.
So we just felt like it was the right time to make the move.
Right. And he had a nice game. And, Jones did come in and provide a spark every now and then. And you had that drive at the end of the first half where you're running kind of that 2-minute drill, and Grayson starts out, gets a couple of completions, runs the ball downfield. Then Jones comes in, and he completes the touchdown to Chopin, a pass that was nearly out of the reach of that defensive back on thrown to the opposite side of the field. Right. What made you go with Jones for the last couple of plays?
We called a play, and Grayson didn't make the correct read, and Coach wanted to pick up the tempo. We tried to pick the tempo up earlier with Grayson, and we had a couple of holding calls on it and some plays that backed us up and put us behind the chains. But I think up to that point, we only had like 7 plays on offense before that drive. I mean, St. Charles had the ball almost the whole first half. So, we got it back. We wanted to, like I say, pick up the tempo, and it worked for us. Yeah, and their game plan clearly was to keep the ball out of your hands, and because your team can score very quickly when they do get the chance and they get that momentum going. They moved the ball okay. They'd get a couple of first downs here and there, but the defense really, until the third quarter, and they were kind of put in a hole because of the offense. They really kind of bend but don't break, and did a really good job of containing everybody. Well, their only score came, it was 4th and 2 or something like that, maybe 3rd and whatever. But we made the stop, and they called face mask, so that moved them closer in the scoring range, and that was a momentum swing for us. Our sideline was up, our fans were up, rooting us on, and big defensive stand, and the flag comes in and keeps the drive alive, and you got to start it over again. So you're dealing with kids, and I mean, I was happy for our defense. With the schedule we played, you're not going to hold many people to 14 points or 6 points even. And Zachary scoring 40 or 31, and you go up to Houghton and they score 40, and you play St. Charles and you're able to hold them, within check, because they put up points also. Yeah. I was just happy our defense had a breakout game. Yeah, and it was kind of a burden put on them too, because St. Charles had drove down inside EA territory, and they made a stop. Then you come back and Jones throws an interception. They're right back on the field, and that's when they scored. So I mean, it's kind of tough to get a shutout when they got to go out there and make a big stop twice in a row like that. And I played defense though, and my philosophy is the one I try to sell our kids. I mean, I don't want to sit on the sideline and watch the game. So I mean, I want our offense to score every time, but if something happens, then I get another opportunity to go out and play. Yeah. So it does wear on them if they've been on the field for a 13-play drive, and then we go right back out and throw an interception on first down. But that wasn't the case, and I feel like they played a great game.
Yeah.
In adverse situations, their backs were against the wall. They stepped up, made some big stops, and it's just I always say it's kind of like it's like a bomb. It's steadily ticking, and the longer they stay out there, something eventually is going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what happened on that drive after the penalty. Got them in range, and then they ran with a little ghost motion and quarterback power.
Yeah, and I think that your team responded really well after that. After the extra point was no good, I think after that EA kind of took control of the ball game at the line of scrimmage, and at that point, really, St. Charles didn't do a lot more on offense. And when you had a chance to run some clock and try to run out the clock and win the game, your team was able to do that.
Right, and I always said I'd rather end the game on offense than defense.
Yeah, and when I was calling the game, I was saying when it was 7-6, ball to the 30-yard line, and I was saying all they need to do is get a first down, and they can run out the clock and end the game. And then next thing I know, Grayson's going downfield, and he scores a touchdown. I guess that's another way you can win it. But were you concerned that they got the ball back, or did I mean it's just score a touchdown, didn't it?
Yeah, but I try to remain even keel on it and just see it for what it is. Of course, I take a 7-6 win.
Right.
But when they force him out like that, I mean, in certain situations, they had 2 timeouts. Of course, I didn't want to hold with Grayson to slide after you got the first down. If you have a touchdown, go and get it.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I mean, they go down and score and they go for the 2-point conversion, tie it up, we go to overtime. But at that point, I felt like we had the momentum. I felt like our kids were playing hard.
Yeah.
And I was happy with the outcome.
Yeah, and he's an impressive athlete. I mean, when he was run down there, he had great speed, and here comes a safety about the 1-yard line trying to stop him. He just went right through that guy.
He's a special kid, man. He's a special athlete. I wish we'd have had him for all 4 years, but things happen for a reason.
Yeah. Well, were you concerned at all when they took the kickoff after 14-6 and went 50 yards and put the ball on your side of the field?
No, sir. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. I knew exactly what happened. I saw who got out of their lane. So I was more focused on getting it fixed for the next time we kicked the ball off. And, our defense went on the field and they did what we expected. I felt like when our guys turned it up, we were in great shape.
Yeah, they didn't even move the ball at all once they got there. And, they threw a couple passes downfield, which is not their specialty. And you were in control after that, it looked like. All right, so you hit a 14-6 win this week. Now you got the big game. Now you got Catholic. They're 5-0. They've beaten St. Thomas More. They've beaten U-High. They've beaten all kinds of great teams. And last year it was close for a while, and then they pulled away at the end. But what kind of game are you expecting from them this week?
I mean, they pretty much have the same team from last year.
Yeah.
And those guys are a year better. The quarterback who was a backup last year, I think he's more mobile than the one they had last year, and he's obviously executing the offense a little bit better. They feel like it's their year, and they have the team. They have the big guy in the middle, number 50, Funnequeen, something like that. He's 6'4", about 260, 270. He gave Falapule fits last year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna challenge our guys this week, but Catholic is Catholic, and Catholic is week 6.
Yeah.
And that's how we're gonna play it. We're going into practice and work hard. The best we can do is the best we can do. But we're playing to win. We're prepared to fight.
So your kids believe they can pull this out, right?
They better.
Yeah.
That's all we preach.
I think so.
They
went into that with Zachary too. A lot of people kind of underestimated them back then, and they beat that team. So you never know.
They underestimated them against Warren Easton.
Yeah.
We've been playing with JV guys in certain positions all season long, and we're going to coach all our guys the same and with the same expectation, and that's to go out and get a win for the Spartans.
Okay.
We look at who they played and all of that, but we also see the film.
Yeah.
And just like everybody they played, we see some things we feel like we can capitalize on, and we also scheme ourselves and to make sure our tendencies are where we want them. And when we scheme ourselves, we see what we need to get better at.
Right.
So we're trying to improve.
Okay. Well, congratulations on the win and a 4-1 non-district record.
Yes, sir.
14-6 win over St. Charles Catholic. Darnell Lee from East Ascension High School, and we'll be right back with the Players of the Week.
We're here at East Ascension High School to present our Player of the Week award.
And our corporate sponsor for Player of the Week is Galvez Seafood Company. Our plaque sponsor is Black Bayou Body Shop. Marcus Banks receives the award this week. Tell us a little bit about what you did in the game.
Getting my QB the ball, making good blocks. Yeah.
Had a few good plays then, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, who y'all play this week?
St. Charles.
Oh, that should be a good game. Here or away?
Away.
Okay. And now our defensive player of the week, our corporate sponsor is Sanoma Muffler, and our plaque sponsor is Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen. Riante Jones receives the award this week, and what did you contribute to the team?
I contributed everything I had, and it was a team effort, so we won as a team, the brotherhood.
All right, y'all playing very well, and good luck for this week. That's our Players of the Week.
Summer is officially over, but the deals are still hot at Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Tiger Honda of Gonzales. Right now, buy any new Honda in stock and don't make your first payment for 90 days with approved credit. Or buy a new 2019 four-door Honda Civic LX Automatic with 0 down, then pay just $279 a month. $279 a month. That's the Tiger Honda of Gonzales way to save you money. You make the drive, we'll make the deal. You can count on it. Visit TigerHonda.com and start saving.
Welcome to Premier Lanes Entertainment Center. Have the ultimate birthday party and have it catered. Book your private party in the Ascension Zone. Bring the whole family for fun and games at Action Alley Arcade. Enjoy Spin Zone bumper cars and laser maze. Visit the famous Ball Wall Cafe, including our Slammin' Ball Wall Pizza. Ask about the upcoming League Bowling. Premier Lanes Entertainment Center, 1414 Airline Highway, Gonzales. Book your party now. Call 621-BOWL. Selling your home? Rick Gotro with Realty Executives in Prairieville can do a comparative market analysis to properly value your home before it goes on the market. Call Ricky today, 715-7256. Are your brakes squeaking? Is your car sputtering? Take it to Rossi Automotive. Their computer diagnostic test will locate the problem, and they'll do the necessary repairs and get you back on the road at Rossi Automotive.
Sanoma Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanoma area for many years doing exhaust work, brake, tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanoma Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Suit yourself at Squires Formal Wear. They have everything for homecomings, proms, or any other occasion. Get a free groom's formal with the purchase of 6 rentals. Ask about limo rentals too. Squires Formal Wear, Gonzales.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche. We're at Tiger Honda in Gonzales on Airline Highway, and we're joined by Peter Pasqua. Pete's picks 9-1 last week. Big week for you, and we're going to get started with possibly an easier one, McKinley at Sanoma.
Yeah, well, 30-10 or so far this season, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
Going to pick Sanoma in this game. It's the 5-5A opener for Coach Oliver. Sanoma's coming off a big win over Lutcher.
Yeah.
Reggie Sims had 3 touchdowns. Aguilar, Boscom, Begnell, and Storks are all producing for Sanoma. Cole Poirier had a big game, passing and 2 field goals. They can also go with Zephyr. That's an easy pick, Sanoma.
Right, and Dutchtown and Woodlawn. Dutchtown unbeaten on the year.
It's another district opener. That's another easy pick, too. I'll pick Dutchtown in this game. They're coming off a 35-12 win over Rain. Braden Fitch had 2 rushing touchdowns. John Watkins had another touchdown. Dylan Sampson didn't get in the box score, but he's the big guy for him. And Cohen Palmer was 5 for 5. Defensively, Logan Scott scored 2 touchdowns on special teams and return an interception. So picking Dutchtown is an easy pick.
Okay, East Ascension Catholic, maybe the game of the year in 5-5A.
Yeah, so the last 2 years, East Ascension was up 3-0 and wound up losing 35-3 last year. The year before, it was 9-3. You know, East Ascension is my alma mater. I'm just going to have to pick Catholic in this game. Catholic's coming off a 52-50 victory over St. Thomas More. They 5-0. They're ranked number 2 in 5A. East Ascension is ranked number 8, 4-1, coming off a victory over number 4 team in 2A St. Charles Catholic, 14-6. Both these teams have great resumes. Catholic played number 3 and 4A at Nicole, and number 4 and 3A U High, and won all of them. East Ascension's only loss was to number 6 Halton in 5A. The big and they also have a very big win over number 10 Warren Easton in 4A, and number 11 Zachary in 5A. The big players for Coach Lee are Cam Jones at quarterback. He had a passing touchdown. Hobart Grayson had a rushing touchdown as well. Stephen McBride is the playmaker. Catholic has Jackson Thomas at quarterback, and the running backs Josh Parker and Braylon Morgan. I just kind of feel Catholic is going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's
a
gonna be
tough
at
one
Memorial,
for.
yeah.
It's a tough one for EA. Donaldsonville, they had a big win this week. They're taking on Edie White.
Yeah, so Donaldsonville is 4-1 and coming off a victory. Won 4 straight in a row. Beat Woodlawn of 5A 52-20. Edie White is 2-3. 3 losses are the Assumption, St. Charles Catholic, and South Terrebonne. Like Coach Richardson in this game, like Donaldsonville, Trayvon Brown at quarterback, Jaquivius Tenner, and Raylan Johnson at running back, and Trayvon Dunn at linebacker. I'm hoping that Donaldsonville starts out District 9 3A with a win here, and I'm picking them.
Right, and Ascension Catholic, they are having a great season, taking on White Castle.
This is their 7-1A opener. They are 4-0, ranked number 2 in 1A. White Castle's 3-2. White Castle's losses are to Donaldsonville and Central Lafourche. Coach Saya, he's doing a good job over there, taking over where they left off after 2 trips to the Dome. Central Catholic won 45-6 last year. Jai Williams still a monster game last week against Central Catholic, a 33-14 win. Kai Prion, Eric Simon. Sam Meir had a big interception. Jamon Tapp had a big touchdown reception from Bryce Leonard, who's coming along as their quarterback. So I'll pick Ascension Catholic.
All right, and then Ascension Christian, they've got a home game this week against Central Private.
Ascension Christian's 2-3. They're coming off of a loss to Haynes Academy, 33-26. Zach Diaz threw 4 interceptions. He's a playmaker, but you got to stop the interceptions. Coach Puryear, I'm going to pick them to win this game. Nathan Bledsoe had 3 touchdowns for him last week. They also got Derek Vonado, Hansley, Tomplay, and Gale as some other playmakers. Central Private's 2-3. I'm familiar with them. They used to play in the Mississippi Association when I worked in Bogalusa. They play Bowling Green and Ben's Ford, but I'm going to pick Ascension Christian to bounce back.
All right, LSU, they get a night game this week, and they're taking on Florida, and they're still unbeaten.
Again, Joe Brady, you got to give all the credit to Joe Brady for the change in LSU's offense this year. Joe Burrow had 6 total touchdowns this week. He set a record for most consecutive games, over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns to Jefferson, 1 to Chase. Derek Dillon from Pine caught a touchdown. Also got John Emery and Tyrone Davis Price involved in the game. Patrick Queen was sideline to sideline with the tackles. Grant Delpit made a play defensively with an interception. Stingley had another interception, and Vincent had an interception. The game last year was 27-19. I'm going to pick LSU at home, even though Florida's coming off a big win, 24-13 over number 7 Auburn. It's not going to be easy. Kyle Trash, it looks like Florida's better with him at quarterback than Felipe Franks. And they also got a running back in P. Ryan and wide receiver in Swain. But LSU.
All right. Now, the Saints, they're going to be playing at the Jaguars. Can Teddy go 4-0?
Well, I got to give the credit to Sean Payton on this.
Yeah.
The Saints, Teddy had 4 touchdowns today. Kamara and Thomas is doing what they're doing. Jared Cook got involved. Ted Ginn had a touchdown. The defense, 6 sacks this week after disrupting Dak Prescott and Mama's Cowboys the week before. Jaguars almost won this week. Fournette's going to be tough. He's getting in the end zone. He got in the end zone this week. And DJ Chark, another one from LSU, had 2 touchdowns. But I'm picking the Saints in this.
All right, then we have the Battle of St. James Parish, which will be broadcast live on the internet with Sports Scene, and that's Lutcher at St. James.
Okay, so yeah, I did the webcast the last 2 years, and St. James won both of them. It was both barners down to the end. St. James is the number 2 team in 3A right now. It's a District 9 3A opener. They 5-0. I'm going to pick St. James to win. They're going to be the heavy favorite. They beat both East St. John, West St. John. The big win was over number 9 5A, Destrehan, and they coming off of a 35-7 victory over Assumption number 10 in 4A. Lutcher had trouble with Amite and St. Charles to open the season, and then they lost to Santa Monica last week 39-15. But Shamar Smith for St. James had 2 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Shaz Preston had 2 touchdowns receiving. Sean LaBeouf had a touchdown rushing. Their defense is stacked with Shavion Jones on the sacks and fumble recoveries, and then Ja'Cory Esther, Tyler Staub, and Brad Baptiste combined for 5 interceptions last week. Lutcher, Makai Patterson, and Jacoby Williams have been a playmaker for years. Rashawn Storks and Rashawn Williams and Dwayne Winfield is coming along for Lutcher too. And defensively, Chris Burkholter and Ivan Clark. But I just feel St. James has got not the athletes, but the talent this year.
They're strong. And one other game that we're going to talk about in 5A, Central, they're unbeaten, and they're going to be taking on Denham Springs, who's struggling.
Well, I'm going to pick Central in this game. It's the district opener for both. Denham's struggling. They coming off a bad loss to Westgate with Kayshawn Booty to commit to LSU, and I feel it's going to be pretty easy for Central being undefeated. So that's all, folks.
All right, so Peter Pasqua with Pete's Picks. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
St. James Nursery in Gramercy is headquarters for your landscaping needs. They have plants, shrubs, trees, as well as palm trees. See Patrick or Denise Wagasback or call 869-5254.
The St. James Parish Hospital Clinics are proud to be the plaque sponsors for the Lutcher and St. James High School Player of the Week. The St. James Parish Hospital Clinics wish the Bulldogs and Wildcats good luck in 2019. Tara Lee's Florist has just what you need to make the occasion special. Call Tara Lee's for all of your flower needs. They even have custom colors to fit your style. Tara Lee's Florist, Gonzales, 931-7937. Sanama Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanama area for many years doing exhaust work, brake, tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanama Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Waiting in long lines is over at Ralph's Pharmacy. They promise to make your experience fast and pleasant with great personal service, a low price guarantee, and convenient hours. Come see your neighborhood pharmacy. Ralph's Pharmacy.
And thanks for joining us this week. I'm Jeff Porsche, and you've been watching Sports Scene Live. We'd like to thank all the coaches, Darnell Lee from East Ascension and his big win over St. Charles Catholic. Also David Oliver from Santa Monica. They beat Lutcher this week. And Guy Mastretta with the victory, Dutchtown over Rain. And also thanks to Pete for Pete's Picks. And don't forget to join the webcast this week, Friday night webcast, Lutcher versus St. James. You can catch that online, so be sure and check that out. And once again, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.